It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Well, Damian Lillard will be on display tonight, and he's one of the most fearless scorers in the entire league. Kenny, what area do you see for Lillard to grow, take his team to the next level?
Well, I think he's such a great scorer that can't just be the only emphasis. I think when he is able to distribute as well as he's able to score, that takes a lot of focus in a lot of different directions.
You know, in order for him to be the player that everyone wants him to be, he needs to work on his defense. He still has a lot of work in that area. But he could be a streaky shooter at times. But when it's clutch time, you get him the ball, he will make the shot.
That'll do it for us right now. Kevin Harlan standing by with the call, and we will see you later.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court.
It's been a nice clean game, huh?
Tip-off goes to Denver. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. O'Neal is out there with Kemp. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And Lillard kicks to Butler. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in this game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Now here's Bryant. Wide open look. Goes back up, and Antetokounmpo lays it up and in.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Leonard attacking. Rebound the Lakers. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
And here's Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Lillard against Westbrook. Lillard attacking O'Neal. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Westbrook passes to Kobe. He dishes it to Cousins. And again, it's the Lakers. Here's Lillard. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And there's the pass to O'Neal. And he goes in for the dunk. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic. You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
Nuggets did have their problems on the offensive end, too, something that's rare for them, hitting the open shot and the mid-range shot and beyond being one of them.
You know, Kevin, how about being last in the league in catch and shoot field goal percentage? I mean, got a good amount of looks that way, but really struggled shooting only 34% in those situations.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
free throw, no good.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Cousins. Porzingis comes in for Antetokounmpo, and Allen subbed in for Paul George. So he comes up empty, missing both. And former Coach of the Year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
Hey guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Porzingis. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Leonard dishes to Butler. No luck. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Outside Westbrook. The feed to Duncan. And the shot is good.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Nobody near Lillard. Nailed from three-point land.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Westbrook. Pass to Allen. To the inside. The shot by Kobe, no good. Butler kicks to Lillard. One second left. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Tie game in Los Angeles. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
We've got Antetokounmpo. Rajon Rondo is out there with Allen. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's George in at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. Now here's Lillard. Shot clock at 6. And that one comes up a bit short. It was a trade that seemingly had been talked about for several years. Finally last season, Boston shipping out Rajon Rondo to the Dallas Mavericks, Clark, halfway through the season.
Yeah, and it seemed to me to be a trade that actually helped both teams.
Now here's Rondo after the miss from Damian Lillard. Misses the wing J. Harden outside, shoots the 3. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Harden's got the lead up to 1 now for Denver.
And for Rondo, in the trade, he was able to get out of a rebuilding situation in Boston. It immediately helped a playoff contender in Dallas that was looking for help at that point guard position.
McCollum's checked in for Los Angeles. Dennis Rodman, he's checked in for Denver. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter.
And I tell you what, it was a rough go of things there early on for Rondo and Dallas. And you know, even for great players, it's always an adjustment when you go from a position of comfort to a completely new environment. And even though you're going to a better team, there's going to be some hemming and hawing in terms of your role and how you fit in.
Denver in the lead. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Rondo against Lillard to the paint. Towns. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
The free throw drops for Towns. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
And Towns drops them both.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Now, here's Whiteside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Moncrief against Rondo. They set the pick. Towns kicks to Harden. Got a piece of it. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. George up top. Moncrief defending. And the rejection by Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Cousins. Booker comes in for George. Kobe's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The Nuggets also changing it up. O'Neal's checked in for Towns. Butler comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Cheeks is subbed in for James Harden. A nice shot by Booker. 1:21 left here in the second. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
So here's Westbrook. Denver getting their last shot to go. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Denver's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Outside Butler. Here's O'Neal. It's deflected. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Westbrook with it. And it's Bryant in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. No good from Duncan.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Deflects the pass. Rodman sends a screen. Here's Moncrief. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
It's his first trip to the line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. He hits both from the stripe. 11 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Westbrook. From deep. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Nuggets lead by 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, they didn't let this hostile crowd bother them at all. In fact, they seemed to feed off of that hostility. Plus, sometimes when you're away from home, those distractions, your family, your friends, your fans, you can concentrate better. Okay, wait, did I just say my family, friends, and fans are distractions? Okay, let's go to the next thing. Let's go.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
See, Ernie, this is what I'm talking about. You know, I was the king of this. See, you got to pound that ball in the paint, and they were doing that. I like to see more of the same in the second half. Don't start shooting jumpers now.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Lakers trail by 3. Big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Kemp. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Butler in at the shooting guard position. Now Shaq. Paul George missing from long range. And that is good. Shaq's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Denver.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the number 2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
Lillard, the pass to O'Neal. And he banks in the layup. And now a 7-point Nugget lead.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Outside, Kobe. It's George on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. George dishes to Cousins. It's blocked by Shaq. Tries to keep it alive. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And that one's good. Cousins. And it's the Nuggets with the ball, leading by 5.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. And it's sent back by Bryant. Westbrook with it. Lillard picks him up. And Bryant kicks to George. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Throw good, Paul George.
For my man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
Now here's Bryant after Shaquille O'Neal's miss. Kobe with the bucket.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And Lillard kicks to Kemp. Outside Leonard. And there's the 3-second violation.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
And the Lakers have possession. Westbrook passes to Cousins. Back to Westbrook. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Butler with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. George against Leonard. To shoot. Rebound by Kobe.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. Antetokounmpo against O'Neal. Bryant dishes to Cousins.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
For Los Angeles, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Cousins. 19 seconds left in the third. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Allen against Harden. The screen from Kemp. A 3 from Leonard. And the shot is good. Leonard's got 6.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Lakers on top, ending the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Here's Lillard. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Taking a look at the Lakers. Russell Westbrook out there with Allen. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Porzingis in at the 4 slot.
This has really been a well-played game up to this point. And you know what? I bet it stays that way until the end.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's been a terrific contest, and there's nothing like a pair of teams just balling out the way they have been.
Here's Leonard. A putback, and it's Kemp with the jam. And the Nuggets lead by 4. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Rocket 2, stolen by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Shooting 2, shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for James Harden. Good on the second free throw.
And that one miss shouldn't be too costly because he was able to make it a 2-possession game.
And Westbrook, here we go. And George kicks to Whiteside. Out to Kobe. Shot clock at 6. A 3-ball. Shot is off. Now Denver takes it the other way. Butler in the corner. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 5th assist in this one. Butler against Kobe. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Down low. It's tipped. Kemp with the steal. And they're moving it up for the finish.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
And look, rightfully disappointed with how they've played here over the course of this run.
Yeah, you know, they haven't looked good at all here lately. Something has to change for him, and we'll see what he's got coming out of the timeout.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
Bryant passes to Westbrook. And that time, also a missed shot.
And you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
Now here's Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Here's Bryant. Offensive rebound. Cousins with the bucket.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
The Nuggets leading by 7. We've got 1:18 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And Lillard kicks to Shaq. From down low. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. LA's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. The screen from Kemp. O'Neal kicks to Butler. Lock at 6. The 19-foot shot. No good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Bryant dishes to Cousins. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
What a nice feed by Kobe that time.
And so they foul intentionally. James Harden, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Los Angeles making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. First, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. This is to Kobe. Jumper off the screen, but they get it back.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Well, it's gone back and forth for a while here, but they're really starting to push out. They're looking good right now.
Now here's Booker, guarded by Harden. Oh, my, he'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play.
One shot.
It's going to be on James Harden. And so here's Denver. Their biggest lead of the game was 9, and he commits the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. In the corner, George with it. Back to Antetokounmpo. For the 3. No good.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
So the Nuggets win it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, first off, James, congratulations on the win tonight. What is the mindset of the team right now and the philosophy in your approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. You know, we're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. Our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Well done. Certainly a great team effort. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew. Thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
I think his efficiency from the field was the biggest factor in this win. He made over 60% of his shots. I don't care if you're playing one-on-one or one-on-five. That is a great percentage.
What I like most about Lillard is that you never see him play out of control. He's got a poise that not very many guys have, point guard or otherwise. And there's no question about his scoring ability. Just look at what he did tonight.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.